Typically when I show properties to clients, I always mention, according to the legal record, all the bedrooms are permitted. In the event there's something that is not permitted, so according to the records or listing agent or information, this particular section is not permitted. And they always ask me, so what's the worst case scenario that can happen? Assuming that you go through the process and you end up buying a property in close of escrow. I'm not. There could be a challenge that could happen along escrow, but most of the challenge, to be honest with you, based on my 20 years experience in real estate and real estate, it happens after the fact. So when it comes to one of the challenges, is that you may have to remove it or make it legal. And what this means is just money. It's going to cost you. The thing is that you don't know when is that going to happen, whether it's going to happen right after closing, it might happen 2, 3 years down the road, or it might happen 10 years down the road. But do know that whenever you buy a property that has an unpermitted addition, that at some point, whether someone complains, I can tell you this, 99% of the time that this has happened to my clients, it has to be because some of the next door neighbor, maybe to your right, to your left, or in front of you, there was a dispute for some other reason, and all of a sudden, someone called the city and they put a complaint, and now you have to deal with it. So I'm just telling you what happens normally, and the clients that have been in that situation is either say, what, I had a dispute with one of my neighbors, and all of a sudden I got, the city on my tail. So just letting you know what happens. Two, when it comes to insurance, if something were to happen, let's say there was a fire or there was a flood, and it happens to that took place at the unpermitted addition, well, I can tell you this, it's going to be a lot of challenges to get your claim, because at the end of the day, I'm not an insurance expert, but what I have seen from other clients, that the fact that it was an unpermitted addition, that's any insurance company, like, they're going to try to say, we're not responsible. It's not our fault. That shouldn't be there. It was your responsibility to let us know, or to legally remove it, or to fix it. And number three, a lot of people mention resale value. It does happen, if there's some buyers out there buying with FHA loan or ABA loan, the lender might not be too lenient when it comes to unpermitted additions or anything that doesn't have permits. So yeah, it's not necessarily hurt you the resale value, but it's definitely going to limit the number of buyers that can go after your property. So, long story short, it is important that whenever you're looking at a property and then your agent mentions, by the way, that is unpermitted, well, do know that at some point it could be a challenge. You have to remove it or legalize it. Two, insurance, getting insurance on that property might be a challenge. Typically, most insurance don't do site inspection when you are going to enter escrow, but they, in the event there's a claim, they'll look at the property record and say, oh, you know what, this structure is not permitted. So that could be a headache in itself. And when it comes to resale value, whenever you're selling a property, whether it's on this market or a market that properties fly off the shelf, you want to get the most amount of buyers on your property, because the more buyers that you have, if you take the property goes FHA, BA, cash, or conventional, the more likely you can get a better offer that will give you the price that you're looking for. So it is important that you buy a property. If it's something that's unpermitted, do know that it could be a challenge. So it's a little better to do your due diligence. And if it's for you, if you decide it's worth the risk, at least you know what you're getting into. All right, this is Jay, real estate broker. Any questions? Let me know.